Hello and a very warm welcome to the highlights of day 2 of the first test between Pakistan and Sri Lanka in Jubilee Insurance present Osaka Batteries Cup. The 22 yards in the middle at the Pindi Cricket Stadium look very fresh because there has been rain in the air and it's still overcast conditions ahead of the start of day 2. That's where Sri Lanka found themselves at the start of day 2. Captain Karunaratne made 59 and the contributions from Matthews and Dhananjay still in the middle, and they are 202 for 5. Well, Pakistan had an all-pace attack in Abbas, Shaheen, Shinwari and Naseem Shah. Naseem Shah was the pick with 2 for 51, but everyone in the main bowling lineup was amongst the wickets. Let's go and see and find out how the play got underway.
It's a great opportunity. It's a new day and the batsmen have to start again, as we all appreciate. The Sri Lankans, they'll be suffering too in this weather. I can tell you, as I was saying before, Baz, sideline there with Zob and Ramiz reminded me a little bit of Dunedin, right in the deep south of New Zealand. So these sides, a little bit different.
Rolling back the years.
The hairstyles. But yeah, been a while there. Lovely Otago. Think about Queenstown, you've been there, and central Otago. There's remarkables, those mountains, they truly are. Here we are, though, in Islamabad, and we've got Dick Waller, 11 not out. He joined Dhananjaya. He is 38 not out from 77 deliveries. So he was looking solid. Happy to take his time for a bit and then clipped a couple. Bowlers, everything to work for here. As I say, it's a new day, it's a new start. And can they make early inroads? Abbas is going to get things underway from our media end with rather gloomy, overcast, dark conditions. So you'd say ideal for a bit of swing and seam. But the ball is into its 69th over.
Can I just play?
Michael Goss says, let's play, gentlemen. Right on the button as ever, Muhammad Abbas.
The start of the day under lights.
Now, Azhar Ali subtly hedging the bets a little bit. You got 2 slips in the gully, don't mind that. Of course, you've got the ring on the offside. But, at times we've had men on the drive, short cover, and then at a straightish mid-wicket yesterday afternoon. But, pretty generic. Well, there is a good leave. So we'll be so watchful early on from a batting perspective about the bowlers just getting a little shape. Sometimes the inconsistent bounce with an older ball as well.
Just nipping back in and pretty close to that off stump. And for Pakistan, I think Dick Waller is the danger man. He can score quickly and just puts pressure back on the bowling. And right now, with Pakistan searching for that 6th wicket,
here's Naseem, who has been dispatched. Broom it off. Yeah, don't put the dive in. We've seen a few little niggles already. So the captain, the wise old head, said, I'm not pulling out the dive now.
yeah, Loosener just floated that up, and then Dhananjaya straight on it. Just hits it through the line. Beautiful shot through the offside.
Yeah, again, a fuller one. Completely timed, but thought about 3, it's not there. So 6 off that over. It sounded okay. Just a little punch. from Dick Waller, and he gets another couple.
Bola, ball.
Oh, that's a nice little punch off the back foot. Yeah, it's a lot better timing. This is a challenge. Well done. Good teamwork. Save a run there.
He's been good through the offside, especially off the back foot, as Dhananjaya. The back cut, and this time the back foot drive almost past cover point. Chanwari does well, but that's one of his strengths, Dhananjaya, camping on the back foot and being able to hit square.
Oh, it didn't carry. Did it carry? I don't think so. Oh, they're going up. Batsman's walking. I want to have another look at this. First time, one time only. Yeah, and so does Richard Kettleborough. I just wonder. Oh, is he? I just wonder. Because we're quite close, but of course, not as close as Richard Kettleborough, and he gives it a soft signal.
Oh, just can we rock and roll that, please? Have we got a side angle, please? Okay, play that again. Okay, roll it through, and okay, let's have a look at that front on angle again, please. I think I did see some grass disturbed there. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm ready to make my decision. You can load not out on the big screen. I've got the ball clearly bouncing just before the gloves.
Confirmation, Baz. Yeah, just some of these old eyes. You just get that feeling when you looked at it. On our monitor, not out the window, looked at the monitor. Yeah, just felt when you looked at it. And you got the one time, the first time look. And that's why, good umpiring. Oh, searching for the Yorker. Dhananjaya is looking for 50. Coming back, hustling. Yeah, and had to be quick. Half century for Dhananjaya to silver. Well played, sir.
.650 for Dhananjaya to go with his 5 centuries, but it's been a battle for him, and he's weathered out some really good bowling, difficult conditions, but looked secure all the way through. Very good off the back foot, and he's remarked his guard because he knows his job's half done.
Oh, 202 overnight. Now to 218. Haven't lost a wicket. Oh, that's useful. That is good. Good little surprise one. Been bowling rather full, Naseem, and all of a sudden, there's the surprise one. Nice height on a slow surface.
He has pace, and he made sure that Dhananjaya got to know about it. One of the advantages of not being too tall is the bouncer skids on and actually attacks the batsman more. Doesn't go over the top. There you go.
Yeah. Love those skiddy ones that would just slide into the heart area, Baz, or maybe just damage the grill a little bit. Hey, Baz? Yeah, so there's the 50 coming up, going for Yorker, and he has been particularly full. He's been driven a little bit here this morning, Naseem. But then when he got that bouncer, it was a lovely height that went through because, yeah, he pulled out, but another occasion he might have flirted with it, got a glove or something around there, or just a little faint edge through to the keeper. Yeah, still very challenging for the batsman this morning. Yeah, those boutique grounds in New Zealand, very pretty. Do a tour out there, Baz? You'll have to get out there. Think of Queenstown and University Oval and Dunedin and good old Basin Reserve in Wellington and now Mount Maunganui. Hamilton. Delightful boutique grounds. Yeah, that's another change of pace. But yeah, you're right. That's a good illustration in terms of for both batsmen. Dick Weller, the left-hander on strike, and Dhananjaya, the right-hander. But this is the bowler having, his say. Because of the batsmen doing their thing, trying to change the lengths, as you say, and pointing out there, side on, seeing how far they're either standing out of the popping crease or getting more orthodox and being on the crease. Yeah, that's that lovely length. There is that key length from Abbas, where if it just gets a bit of bounce, it can induce a little nibble of an outside edge.
222 for 5. Well, I'm afraid that's not looking too good. The umpires are taking the players off because rain was expected. And the ground staff really on the double, making sure that the cover's out. It's been a very cold day. It's been a gloomy day. I think there was something of rain about. There was this thin drizzle. Not going to help the batting side for sure. They don't want stops and starts. I thought Dhananjaya De Silva and Dick Weller were getting into a nice groove as they started. But I'm afraid the thin drizzle that's falling over the ground has forced the umpires off the field.
So only 20 runs to the overnight score before rain interrupted play, and eventually the lunch was taken. An exciting session nonetheless, as Dhananjaya, well, he escaped a cat scare, but he did score his 50. Dick Weller with 15 in the middle, both of them trying to fight it out for Sri Lanka after. They looked good at the start yesterday, but then lost 4 wickets. At the moment, they are 222 for 5. Well, Abbas, Shaheen, Shinwari, Naseem Shah, not a lot of options were used in the morning today as there were very less number of overs. But they toiled hard, but without much success. Pakistan looking for that 6th wicket. There was a cat scare, but not to be, as the ball just fell before that it could have been grabbed. So that's at lunch. On day 2, it's 222 for 5. We'll take a very short break here and be right back with more action.
It's a straight hit and a big hit.
Dick Weller, left-hander. He takes guard as his partner, the non-strikers. Dhananjaya has batted really well. 54 not out. Looked secure. And problem now is that he'll have to start again. Haris Sohail is going to start off with spin. This will be interesting because just 4 overs to go till the new ball. Left-hander on strike, Dick Weller, who likes getting after the bowling, after spin bowling. Let's see how this pans out.
He's got a leg slip. He's going to go round the wicket. And he's got 5 on the leg side. Interesting field. He's got a man on the back foot square leg boundary. Dick Weller loves the sweep. Mid-wicket is another area that he likes to target. And he appears to be looking to bowl that midland leg line, the left-arm spinner. On the offside, just a man at short extra cover. Nobody had slip. Point on the boundary because he's placed the reverse sweep too. But what do you make of this change or the approach of Pakistan, Basit, coming on with a spinner?
With the field set, you think that he'll bowl quite defensively, attack that leg stump. Also, just from the stump mic, you can hear Rizwan shouting out "Jaldi Jaldi" or quickly. get through these overs. It's an appeal, but long way down was Dikwella. I think they want to get to the new ball as quickly as possible and use that in these conditions right now. The lights are fully on, so they're taking effect.
That's the familiar sweep shot, but looking at Harish Sohail bowl, you could see him looking to loop it. 2 balls ago, I thought he got some loop, a bit of dip and slight turn. I honestly wonder whether these 4 overs are going to make a big difference. I would have rather had a fast bowler warming up, be nicely in a groove, and then he takes the new ball, if that's the thinking. If he's going to have 4 overs and then fast bowlers.
3 now, Roshan. And he's going to attack the leg stump, so that's been flicked away and just comes back for the second.
It really baffles me, because I can understand that if it was late in the day and you know you had an X number of overs to get in and you wanted a few overs with the new ball, then you could understand someone coming on and rushing through. But this way, well, they can still get a wicket, you never know, but looking at the tactics, it's just baffles me a little bit, because rather have a fast bowler coming in, nicely warm up in this cold weather and then take the new ball.
It's not that cold, is it, Roshan? And also, Asad Shafi's got 2 test wickets. 1 wicket he's got against Sri Lanka. Guess who? Left-hander Thirimani, left-hander Dikwella is also batting right now.
I don't know whether such stats are reasons to have Asad Shafiq and Harish Sohail opening the bowling.
There you go. Now you have a go at Mazhar Rashid. You have a go at everyone. So Mazhar Rashid, statsman, you're out of a job.
So spin continues.
So I suspect with the tone of your voice that you're enjoying this tactic, aren't you, Roshan? Spin both ends, bowling on leg stump.
Enjoying the cricket.
What about the tactics?
Not impressed, but I don't mind it. If you're to wear a Sri Lankan hat, nothing wrong. Unless he induces Dikwella to do something silly. It wasn't silly at all, it was wide of the off stump, so the shot was on.
Catch it!
Over the top, he'll get a boundary. That's a go-to shot for Dikwella. He plays spin well, plays the slog sweep, the reverse, the conventional sweep. Gets a boundary off the first ball.
Yeah, this will hurt Pakistan if they start leaking boundaries with part-timers on. Just managed to hit this over or just square her off the short fine leg. Always in control.
This time a fine tickle, a very fine pedal. An easy couple again. Just drifting onto the pads from round the wicket, Asad Shafiq.
I think what you would like or what you would love is that after this over, they still continue with spin and don't get the new ball on. That's what you want.
I think if the Sri Lankan batsmen want it, not just me. Turning out to be a good partnership, 44 runs. Really nothing for the spinners on this surface so far.
And Sri Lanka's played 2 spinners.
Wanted a single, but eventually it was good that he didn't run. Well, on the subject of Sri Lanka spinners, Dilruwan Pereira is the only specialist spinner. Dhananjay De Silva He's more an all-rounder who could bowl. So that's what interests me, to find out how Dilran would bowl on this surface. The good thing about Dilran is he could find both the outside and the inside edge. He has a good slider in. He's reasonable on greenish tracks where he skids on. And tracks that turn, he gets a lot of turn and bounce.
Yes, good ball, good ball, good over.
233 for 5, 80 overs completed. Yes, I think they're going to take the new ball.
It's a straight hit and a big hit.
Straight away around that off stump or just outside. They haven't still taken the new ball.
New ball, lads.
Seam bowlers just running through, and yes, I think he's just taken the new ball after one delivery by Shaheen Afridi with the older ball. So they got 2 slips and a gully. Dhananjay De Silva on strike. Right away you would find that harder ball just rushing on to the batsman, just a hint of movement. It's an important phase, Basit. Pakistan will want to try and finish Sri Lanka off within the next 10 or 15 overs with a newish ball. But if Sri Lanka can get through, that will be a huge advantage.
Look, I'll give you another stat. The 6 games which produced results over here, 5 games won by teams batting second. And the highest total of the team batting first and losing the test match in Rawalpindi was around about 304, I think. 303. So you look at that graphic and you think that anything over 300 is a very good first innings total. Anything under that or 250 goes in the favor of the bowling side.
Runs. At least a couple here. So Sri Lanka would find these runs extremely useful in this partnership. So important that this pair, as you said, just a follow-up to that stat you said, 300 plus being so important. But this pair has a lot to do. Dilran Pereira in next has an average just under 20 in Test cricket, but then that's where the Sri Lankan tail really starts with the 3-seam bowlers. So this is a massive, massive little phase in the Sri Lankan first innings. Slipping down the leg side. That was a sharp delivery.
And just that shape back into the right-hander, left armour over the wicket, new ball, hits the seam, just nips back. Just needs that to start around about off stump or middle stump and get it to nip back.
Last ball of the over. That is going to quick single, and a direct hit is going to give an overthrow. There was some hesitancy on the part of Dhananjay De Silva, but a couple of runs to end the over. Swinging down the leg side. Sinwari just getting it wrong from over the wicket, just sliding down the leg side to the left-hander. Would have been a perfect delivery to the right-hander though.
We've seen this with white ball cricket where he gets the ball to swing back into the left-hander. Yeah, new ball, excitement, but that excitement is because of the camera, isn't it?
They've been waiting for a long time for that. Over 10 years.
Now you're saying that our cameramen are lazy, that you said they're waiting for a long time to camera pan there.
Well done, Basit. Great interpretation. Just past the man at gully. Short and wide. De Silva going hard at it. It turned out to be a safe shot because it went quickly. And the 50 partnership is up.
Just slightly short from Shinwari. He did. Dhananjaya did follow it with his hands, pushed at it. Lucky to get away with it, away from the body. Obviously, the ball's going to swing away from him.
That's not the right length. He's erring it a little bit. Needs to be going full around that off stump, but this time short and down the leg side. Quick single, good work by Dikwella. Excellent work. They need to look at rotating the strike. 244 for 5.
It's a straight hit and a big hit.
244 for 5. Sri Lanka so far have looked comfortable. We've seen the new ball, second new ball being taken. 4 overs of spin of part-time from the Pakistanis. The partnership have progressed to 55. 2 slips and a gully. Just a bit of extra bounce from the tall fast bowler. Nain Afridi is a tall lad, but he got some bounce on that occasion.
Straight away, Pakistan, with the new ball, have opted for that point on the fence. Interesting that he's giving the option of actually getting off strike, just dabbing in to the offside and getting off strike.
Ooh, that's clever. That was a foolish delivery. Dikwella more or less camping on his crease, a bit late. Good thinking.
That's just seamed back in and missed the off stump by a whisker. Very close to the stumps. Hits the seam and oh. Very, very close that. But we've already seen yesterday where the ball hit the stumps and it didn't make a difference.
Point fieldsman will come into play. They'll come back for 2. Pakistan seem to be missing a trick here, Basit, with the new ball. As you said, they've got a point on the boundary. You reckon they're really looking for wickets or attacking enough? Because it's a brand new ball. Batsmen need to settle in. It's this little session that Pakistan really need to aim to dismiss this batsman. So they're walking a thin line here. Half attacking, half defending. Once again, slicing off an outside edge.
You want Dikwella to be doing that. You want him to be driving at it. He's drived that, and although he wasn't in control, he's got off strike. So he's not built enough pressure on Dikwella. If you bowl short and wide, you're setting field for a bad delivery. And I think that right now is the best opportunity to get a wicket. And okay, Dikwella will go for that drive, but you want him to go for that drive. So I'm not too sure about that deep point.
With the right-hander on strike, just 2 slips and a gully. And the point you're making about wanting Dikwella to drive and Dikwella obliging, but then what about the fielders in the right place? You need to have your fielders in the right place in the slip cordon. Not just 2 slips, a wide gully. So the chances are that even if he drives, that it could go in the gap. You cannot cover the entire area, but you need to have them in the right places. And as you said, you can't be setting a field for a bad ball. You need to be. And another point, they're pushing the point fieldsman to the boundary even against the right-hander. Just 2 slips and a gully. Off the edge, and that's exactly the point. You have a man on the point boundary, you don't have a man at third slip. And Dhananjay De Silva gets a boundary and brings up the 250. .251 for 5 with change of bowling. Just after 1 over from Shinwari. We're going to have a bit of extra pace from Nazim. Pakistan playing the waiting game, and they're playing a little bit safe here. Just 2 slips and a gully. Iqbal on strike. Nazim certainly has extra pace. Let's see what he does here. Just made the batsman rush a bit, an inside edge on that occasion. Shinwari wasn't great with that new ball. He was a bit all over the place.
He's flicked that in the air. Has he got all of it? Yes, it'll just skip away to the fence. Dikwela proactive. Naseem Shah just going onto the pads, and he's been clipped away.
Well, Sri Lanka enjoying this little spell here. The new ball has quickened the rate of scoring. Dikwela would love the ball coming onto the bat, and he's the type of unorthodox player that he'll start picking those gaps. Mid-wicket is a go-to area for him, particularly those length deliveries. Pakistan will have to be very careful here. They might be playing right into Sri Lanka's hands. Goes through him again. Length delivery. Dikwela late on the drive.
And in between all that, the ball is swinging, and if you hit the correct length, it's just going through bat and pad. It's missing the outside edge as well. So still with this field, he can bowl a Jaffa and get a wicket.
I still feel that the field is wrong. As you said, the backward square leg, fine leg out. Just 2 slips and a gully. Second new ball, runs on the pads. India single, just angling onto the pads. He looks the best out of the 3 fast bowlers in terms of his lines and lengths. He's looked to pitch the ball up. But in terms of Shaheen and also Shinwari, do you put it down to the lack of experience that they have? That they've been a little bit wayward? Of course, Shinwari just 1 over and Shaheen 2 just a solitary over. But the lengths they have bowled.
The recent tour of Australia, Shaheen probably the best of the seamers, and he bowled pretty consistently. He'll be disappointed with the way he bowled in the first new ball. But yeah, I think a bit maybe slightly harsh on Shinwari, because he only got 1 ball with the new ball and then got changed. He did get the ball to swing. So is that carried? You bet it has. Babar Azam takes up a great catch at gully, and Shaheen Shah Afridi provides the breakthrough.
Important wicket, very important wicket for Pakistan. They needed to strike with a new ball, and Dikwela playing away from his body, steering it to gully. Excellent catch, as you said, Basit. It was hard and low, coming quite quickly. But this is a huge scalp, knowing that Sri Lanka doesn't have too much of batting after Dilruwan Pereira. A newish ball in hand for Pakistan. Another look, steering it. Yeah, good catch, very good catch. It was coming for sharp chance, quite low. And Dikwela goes. He's gone for 33, 256 for 6.
It's a spin hit and a big hit.
Finally, the 6-1 down. That's what Pakistan will be thinking. That partnership was 67 between Dikwela and De Silva. This is Pereira. Dilruwan Pereira is joined De Silva out there. And De Silva's on 68 from 125. So we are into the tail now. Here's number 8. And they're looking for the 7th wicket. The home side. 3 slips in a gully. Oh, that is a useful little area. And a nervy little start here from Pereira. G'day, Rambo.
Hello, mate. 256 for the loss of 6. The ball seems to be doing a little bit more today. Yeah, this is a very impressive opening burst from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Ever since he's developed the in-swinging angle, he's become a handful. Dickwella just a little too free through the offside against the new ball and paid the heavy price.
Oh, big shout, big shout. Do they want to come upstairs? We're all here for you. Shaheen, and so's Richard Illingworth, the 3rd ump.
The arrest timer is on. He's asking Azhar Ali, feels that it hit him a bit high, but he's gone for it.
Okay, it doesn't appear to be any bat there, but roll it through. Yeah, just have a look at Ultra Edge with a split screen, just to confirm no inside edge. Flat line, roll through all the way to the pad, please. Okay, we've got no bat involved, so when ready, we'll have ball tracking, please. Okay, we've got the ball pitching outside leg, so no need to go any further. I'll go back to Michael on screen. On field, should I say. Michael, ball's pitching outside leg, so stay with your original decision of not out. You're on screen now.
Now, there we go. We saw that with the process, and certainly with the matting and just outside that leg stump line, and that's always the challenge. Bowler, now from that fraternity, tend to get a little excited, and the keeper also in a way with the batter getting in line of the frame, pitching on. So always the challenge, particularly the left arm over to right-handed batters.
Driven by emotion, and he's still young, Shaheen Shah Afridi, went for it, convinced the captain, and so it was no good.
Six down, and with that leg by, Pereira's kept the strike. So he's still not off the mark. 3 slips in the gully, hungry here. Naseem. A little bit of shape. Well, he's had a pretty good time of it, Michael Goff, hasn't he? Rambo, in terms of when you think about decisions and the review scenario. 37 reviews against Michael Goff, only 1 overturned. Well, that could be overturned very quickly. Get rid of that shortly. Back now, get rid of it. That's it, rip it down. Scaring the viewers at home.
A flick gets him a run, gets him off the mark. Michael Goff. What a fantastic record that is. 37 reviews, only 1 turn down. He's beaten the machine.
Extremely impressive. Maz is telling us, only a youngster, isn't he? What, he 40? 40 years young? Durham? He'll be used to this climate. A bit chilly up north of England. Hello. Didn't sound that great, but it's gone all the way for 4. De Silva now into the 70s.
That's a wonderful illustration of how to play the new ball, because it wasn't a full-blown drive. It's just a check shot, nothing more than that. So he's paying sort of attention to the conditions, respecting the conditions, the newness of the ball, and didn't really go hard at it.
Fuller. And induces another false stroke. I have to say, there's been a few of these, even when the ball was old and the second new ball wasn't taken. Dhananjaya has had a charmed life at times through this half century. This is the tail ender Pereira on this occasion.
Yeah, that bat leaving the front pad and once again looking to hit the ball hard, living dangerously, as if he's playing with a golf ball. He's not been able to locate it clearly every time. On the other hand, Dhananjaya has played a good hand. Bit of passion, which ain't bad at all. Striking down the middle stump.
Immediately, Shaheen called over to square leg Richard Kettleborough and he was appealing. Well, how's that? I've ripped the poles out.
Yeah, pitch within the stumps and broke the middle stump this time. Dhananjaya will have advantage for Sri Lanka, batting on 72. You'd want a set batsman taking on the second new ball. So this is a good situation for Dhananjaya and Sri Lanka. They wanted this. A number 6 batting at 72 and taking on the task of seeing off the second new ball.
Nice. Yeah. Confidence brewing more.
So that is what you get when you get that in slant going, because that angle away from the stumps becomes that much more potent and useful, because the batsman is eyeing that in swinging slant, because that's the more sort of challenging angle for the right-hander. They're going to have a look at the light and they're not convinced, and that is such a shame for the players, for the fans, for the stakeholders. Not taking any chances, the two umpires, and they'll gleefully walk away. Because it's a bit challenging taking on Shaheen Shah Afridi in these conditions. And so the drama has unfortunately died on us very quickly.
Truly a shame, because the fans have had to wait around for some considerable time because of the rain and then the clearing of the covers. And I've got to say, very impressive covers. Most of the playing surface is covered, and then the extra covering of the 22 yards, and the super soppers doing their thing. So this is annoying, given there are lights, but it is so murky overhead.
There was rain, bad light and more rain, and eventually the day's proceedings were called off. 263 for 6 in the end for Sri Lanka. Dhananjaya still in the middle with 72 runs, and he's joined by Dilruwan Pereira after Dick Weller fell for 33. That's Pakistan's bowling effort then. Only person to take a wicket in the day's proceedings was Shaheen Shah Afridi, 2 for 47 for him, and overall 2 for 75 for Naseem Shah, wicket apiece for Abbas and Usman Khan Shinwari. Hope you enjoyed the highlights. Goodbye.
It's a straight hit and a big hit.